All right. You ready for number 9?
Number 9. Let's do it.
Okay. What's the topic for today, Rylee?
Well, we went on a trip to Hawaii this past weekend, so we're going to do a little recap. The good, the bad, the fun.
The sad.
The sad. I think it was all fun to me. But I don't know. What was your favorite thing? I know. Okay. I have to deliver it well. Okay. So, I'm not very good at math, but I'll give you the value you deserve. Rate it. Go.
You're pretty, so I'll at least give you a 5. 5 for the looks and the effort.
Thanks. I'll take it.
Did you read that one or did you come up with it yourself?
No, I Googled it. You didn't like it?
No.
I thought it was clever.
It still might be better than mine, but
I thought it was clever.
at least mine's original.
Okay. I'm not witty enough for original.
I try.
There you go.
Girl, you so fine. I go cross-eyed just to see 2 of you.
Oh my gosh.
Yay? No? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. If it was delivered
Differently?
I think so.
Hey, girl. You so fine.
No, like if...
Excuse me, miss, but might I say, you're so fine that I would go cross-eyed to see 2 of you.
No, it's like you kind of have to have like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Like
mentally,
energy.
That's what I know I don't have that, but...
I know.
Imagine, okay?
Yeah, that was a good one. I would rate that. You give me Fresh Prince energy, that's a 9. Mm-hmm. I would totally laugh at it.
Good.
The deliverance you gave me. Like the Martin deliverance is probably
Deliverance? Delivery?
Deliverance. Delivery.
Tell us.
I don't know. A 5 because you're pretty.
I'll take it.
All right.
So now, recap on our vacation. So this will cover our family time. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about our vacation and then part of being on a vacation, even though it was work related.
Yeah.
The one day that we were on vacation, we'll dig deeper into how do you find rest or restful increase
Okay. I
versus
like that.
stressful increase. So
Well, it could have gone either way. I think day 2 was stressful increase, and then day 3 got better.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, so let's start off with the stroller situation.
Okay. So we left on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I intentionally went to Target, not Walmart, Wednesday night to get a push stroller because we didn't want to bring our bulky one. Like, we'll just go to Target, get a $30 stroller, buy it unused, load it up in the car. My dad drops us off at the airport. As soon as he starts pulling away, I undo the stroller and realize that the front 2 wheels are missing. As in, I purchased it somehow without the front 2 wheels. So somebody snipped the zip ties and took them.
Which, honestly, there's no way you probably would have noticed because...
No. Why would you expect the wheels to be zip tied onto
Exactly. But I guess that's what you get when you buy a $30 stroller.
Yeah.
So...
And that's, again, why I went to Target, not Walmart. But I guess when you're in the valley of Oceanside, you're in the valley. Yeah. It's still Oceanside at the end of the day.
I bet you the situation was like, same thing happened to another dad. And he's like, I'm just going to go and snip off wheels from another thing, and then it was like a waterfall effect after that, but we were like the people that just didn't do it.
Yeah.
So
We almost did.
I was gonna say not that we wouldn't have.
Yeah. So we carry that thing through the airport.
Yeah.
And check it in for free. The strollers are free.
Yes.
And we're like, okay, when we get here, we're gonna go to Target, see if we can get a replacement, which we did. Mm-hmm. We got a replacement, but we never actually went and brought the old one to return it.
Yeah.
And so we just left it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because it was $30. So
yeah, and we walked a lot, and then having to lug around because we always had to bring something back from the store, and we didn't have everything that we did in Hawaii was walking. We didn't have a rental car. We didn't have like a ton of grocery bags to like lug things over. I'm also fairly pregnant, so I'm already out of breath carrying my own body weight, so I was not going to
walk slow naturally.
Yes, and my ankles were swollen, so I wasn't going to carry anything, and it would have just been all on you, and you were already pushing Gigi because the stroller was so low, it was hurting my back. So it was, I think it could have gone, like we could have taken it a whole different way because it seemed like it was like a rough start to the trip, but we really just didn't care.
No, it was a very rough start from the missing stroller to within the first 10 minutes of being on the plane. I forgot about the pressure difference stupidly, and I opened Gigi's water.
It wasn't water.
Straw, green juice, whatever. Opened her bottle with green juice. Rather than unscrewing the lid to start to let the pressure out, I just opened the straw up. So
it just shot
straight
everywhere.
to the ceiling and
Got
onto
on.
Stephanie in front of us, which thankfully we knew her, but it still is terrible that you get green juice on somebody that you know.
Especially early on in the flight because it was a 5-6 hour flight.
Yep, 6.5 hours. And
we got there. I thought security was going to take a lot longer. We ended up getting there really early. And then Gigi was kind of losing it a little bit, but she had a pretty good trip for the most part. And then our flight also got delayed. So we got to Hawaii a little later than expected, and then trying to entertain a toddler with all that.
I will say Gigi had a great, she was an angel the entire trip. Not the entire trip. She still had, as you would expect, a 3-year-old. But on the plane, her fit was contained to like a 5-minute, like we caught it before it actually happened.
Yeah.
Or before it went full meltdown. Mm-hmm. Thank God for snacks.
Yeah.
What else did we do to keep her distracted? She loved sitting on the floor.
Yes, that was
helpful.
helpful.
Us, okay, our toddler was on the floor.
We made like a little playhouse, a fort for her. And then I
put the tray over her and a blanket, so she had her little fort.
Yeah, we played More Do together. She made up her own little game, and it's from the movie Brave. So I was the crazy bear, and she was Merida with her bow and arrow, and we played that for like a good 45 minutes. And I think having my players or my athletes in front was really helpful. Sarah's a saint. Like, she's so good with kids, and I'm like, Sarah, don't you get annoyed? And she's like, no, it's actually really fun. I was like, you are a saint, because if I, like me at your age, I was not into like being around anyone's kid. So yeah, shout out to Sarah and Maddie
and Stephanie and Nikki.
Stephanie and Nikki, the whole team, honestly,
on the flight, and then during the tournament, they all did great with her. Alex loved hanging out with her.
We'll have to share the picture of her running.
Yes.
And high-fiving all the girls.
I'm going to find a way to maybe right here or just an overlay of the video.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of each match, we were there for a volleyball tournament. Everybody that would ever watch this would understand that. But we're there for a volleyball tournament. And so at the beginning of each game, the players go and run and high-five the parents and high-five the other team. Mm-hmm. And so she ran and did it with them. And it was just as a parent, I was like, this is everything.
It was the beginning and the end of every match. Mm-hmm. And I think it really helped the morale of the girls.
Yeah.
And even the other team was like, this is so great. It was just such a fun tournament, because some places when we travel for certain tournaments, if Gigi was to do that on the court, like if we went to Florida and did that, they wouldn't allow it. Which is so funny because we like work with kids, so you would think it would be a little bit more like of a family environment. But not every tournament is like that.
Yeah, well, we were in Hawaii and they're very family oriented.
Absolutely. We will be returning.
Bit, which we've all heard of, like your birth family and your chosen family. Mm-hmm. It was cool how they started off the tournament by talking about the three different types of family.
Yeah.
From your born family, your chosen family, and then I think they said that the earth.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature and.
Yeah, and how it all ties in together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, those are our people.
Mm-hmm. We'll save that for the end, okay?
Okay.
So, we covered the stroller, a little bit of the tournament.
Your college teammates that you hadn't seen. So, backstory, yep. Martin played football in Iowa.
Yep.
And which was 10 years ago. And he still has, or had, as of this past weekend, one of his friends' ukuleles. Mm-hmm. And he lives in Honolulu, which is where we went. So for 10 years, Martin has been lugging around this ukulele, moving from apartment to apartment, house to house, whatever it was. And he finally returned the ukulele this weekend. And I got to meet his college teammate that I've just heard, both of them. I've heard so much about all of your teammates that I feel like I know them. And I even had talked to his wife.
Yeah.
When they were engaged while you guys were in college, and we developed a relationship too. So it was just really cool to see them in person and meet their kids.
Yeah. So do you want to do a day-by-day recap?
Sure.
So that was our travel experience. Day one of getting there, going on a Target run, exploring the mall, doing 20 laps.
Biggest mall ever.
Yeah. There's 4 stories or levels.
In over 70 stores.
Yeah. So I think next to Mall of America is the second biggest mall in the United States. Mm-hmm. So anyways, day one was mall, and we went to a nice burger joint. I thought it was a good burger. She didn't.
I didn't like the burger. The Brussels were good.
Yeah, the Brussels sprouts are good.
The water was great.
Yeah. Clean tap water in Hawaii. Anyways, so night one, a little bit of shopping, food. And honestly, even though we woke up at, G woke up early. So 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, 6:30 here.
Local time, which would have been 4:30 a.m. Hawaii time.
Yeah.
And then we went to bed at like 10:30 Hawaii time, which was like midnight, past midnight our time. And G was a trooper. She started like
she was dozing off at dinner.
And it was a bench style seating, not an upright chair. So we could just see her like
swaying back and forth.
I was like, okay, let me hold you so that you don't fall backwards.
Yeah.
But that was day one.
Yeah, she did so good.
Or the first half day, but day of traveling.
And then day 2 was our actual like vacation day.
We had one day of just no agenda.
Yeah.
So again, we went to the mall.
To go get necessities.
So, yes, to grab more stuff. We're like, all right, let's bite the bullet and purchase the stroller, because I don't think we actually bought that day one, whatever.
No, well, Gigi wasn't planning on walking at all this trip.
Yeah.
She's so funny because
day one, on our way to Target, she was doing her little jump thing that she does. Yeah. And we're like, Gigi, stop. Gigi, stop. And she did it, scraped her knee, and
yeah.
So we got Band-Aids. I think we did get a stroller because we brought her home in the stroller.
Yeah.
I was definitely not going to carry her the whole way. Anyways.
She was limping a little bit. I think she got her knee pretty good.
Showing everybody the fact that she had a boo-boo.
Yeah, which is, it's like healed already.
Yeah. Got home. I think the biggest thing was just her hitting her leg or knee.
Yeah, that concrete was pretty rough.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so day 2, we woke up, had buffet-style breakfast. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part of the breakfast?
The fried rice was bomb. Mm-hmm. Like, I know fried rice is fried rice, but it was pretty good. And then I love diner coffee, honestly. Mm-hmm. So
it was a very nostalgic
Yes.
Denny's type of coffee.
Yes. And it's always in like the best portion size cup where it's like,
But
it's
you'll
not
have
too
two.
much. Yes. It's not too much, but it's not too little. And it's just great.
Yep.
What was your favorite?
Probably the Pog, the pineapple, orange, and guava juice.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't try that one at all.
It was good. Gigi loved it.
Yeah, Gigi loved it.
Yep. And again at breakfast, because we were there with Riley's team, two of the girls, two families were there. So Gigi kept like
Going back and
forth.
Acting like a little teenager, saying, I'm going to go sit with my friends. You guys stay here.
Yeah, and she looked back and said, I'm going to go sit with my friends. And I just got a glimpse of like, whenever we're at her tournaments, if she decides to play sports or whatever, or just wherever we're at, she's going to ditch us to go hang out with her friends.
Oh, for sure.
It's like,
and hopefully she learns to ask for some kind of permission.
Yeah.
So that way we know where she's at.
Yeah, right now she's on I'm going to go do this type of thing. Although she wants something, like an object, she's pretty good about asking.
Yes.
But she just goes and wanders wherever she wants.
Yeah, this time was like the first time she actually was like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with friends, but doesn't really understand that yet. But
yeah. And so after breakfast, we checked in the team and then had the rest of the day to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And they had this lagoon style. It was attached to the hotel, so obviously wasn't a beach. But it seems like they pipelined ocean water. I don't know what it was. But it was like a little mini lagoon, and they had small fish that were like, I don't know if they were anchovies or sardines, but
no, I don't think either.
Whatever.
Those are pretty small.
Yeah. Anyways, the average one is probably the size of your thumb, but some of them in the middle
were pretty big.
As big as a koi fish.
Yeah.
But they would make a circle around you, and Gigi would love chasing them.
Yeah.
And at one point, there was this other group of teenage girls that were trying to do the same thing, and Gigi just felt like they wanted her to hang out with her, and she would not get out of the water.
No.
We were like, Gigi, come, let's go to the actual beach. And she just kept like awkwardly following them. I was like,
oh my gosh, it starts.
yeah. I was like, Gianna, they don't want to hang out. They entertained her a little bit.
Yeah,
but
they were really sweet.
They were. And I was like, I don't want to awkwardly be like that dad that's like, can you hang out with my kid? Or
well, they shouldn't. They're like 15, 16
not
years
at all.
old.
But I could imagine scenarios where parents would definitely just like ignore their kid and let them go.
Yeah, I feel like that would.
The water wasn't deep enough that she would get in.
No, but those girls would have gotten annoyed, and then it could have turned into like,
get your kid.
Yeah, or them just like going way too far out, and then Gigi really trying to follow them and not making it all the way out to the center or whatever it is.
Yeah, and anyways, we were at the beach till about 4 or 5 p.m. Then that's when we met with Kaylin and his family for dinner. Finally returned the ook. And
yeah,
he has 2 daughters. I'm not going to name drop the daughters because...
No. Well, you can do ages. One's 9.
9 and 5. And the 5-year-old was like a splitting, obviously not redhead.
Yes.
But was personality-wise just like Gigi. And they had a blast.
They got on well, very well.
She wanted to sit on our side. So it was Rylee and I on the ends, the 2 kids in the middle, and then on the other side was Kaylin, Gladys, and
their 9-year-old.
9-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry for giving the adult names, but they themselves have social media.
Gladys has like 15,000 followers on her social media, so we'll share it.
Yeah.
But
and we got Korean barbecue, which is always Gigi's favorite because she's a carnivore through and through.
Yes.
And I'm surprised, maybe because she had her friend there, that she didn't want to like get as involved with.
No, they were playing with all the stuff in her like little fanny pack, and they wanted. I had a bunch of Bluey Band-Aids, and they were sticking that all over their faces, and yeah, it was really cute. And then Kaylin and Gladys's daughter had that cut on her forehead. Yeah. She got like 8 stitches from jumping on the bed and hitting and like falling off and hitting it off something. And Gigi has like a little scar from
hitting the corner,
running into the corner of a wall. And I'm like, you two are like one and the same. and Gigi still jumps on the bed. And that's the first thing she did when we got home was jumping on the bed. And I was like, do you remember your friend? She got 8 stitches. She had that big owie. And she's like, oh, yeah. Does not get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our official full day one.
Yeah.
It was one, it's crazy how 10 years will go by. And it was as if we were all transported back to college and having like a dinner with us, minus the kids, obviously. But
yeah.
Like he's just, one of the homies.
We also met with your friend Todd.
We're going day by day here. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I got ahead of myself. Well, that's next day.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
Nope.
I don't remember. How long were we there?
5 nights.
5 nights.
So night 2, we met with Kaylin. Day 3 was first day of tournament. Mm-hmm. And again, Gigi had fun hanging out with the girls and doing their thing. Do we want to talk sports?
I mean, we
and
can.
Performance. The competition on day 1 was not very intense.
No, but my girls kind of showed up to the tournament like they were on island time too. So they were really like, they played a little lazy, but they didn't really understand they were playing lazy and they were just getting frustrated because of how slow everything was. So, but the teams that we played were the coaches and the players themselves. They were like really sweet people.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just make connections.
Well, everybody
day 1
was either A, from Hawaii, or
right.
2, stoked to be in Hawaii. So
yeah, day 1 was really like a really fun opening day. Mm-hmm. And then you got to day 2.
Yeah. So day 1, we went to a team dinner.
We went to a team dinner.
Oceanfront. Great.
That restaurant was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. I've never seen anything like that.
We have that here.
Yeah.
We just have not been to one.
No. Well, and it was kind of like, so the restaurant we went to, it was about a mile away from our hotel. So we decided to walk and kind of like walk through the city a little bit, get into the hotel. And our table is like this long table. And then all you see is like this big open window. That's the only thing too. I think the places that have it here
are closed windows. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all, but obviously it's way too hot in Hawaii. So everything's just wide open.
They have reefs.
Yes.
So it's not shore break. So.
Yeah. So it was just a gorgeous view, and the sun was setting and it was getting dark, and like it was getting to the point where you couldn't see the ocean anymore, but you could hear it and you could smell it. And that pie.
I'm not a big pie person, but go ahead.
That pie was bomb. I don't care if you're a pie person or not.
Yeah, it was good.
You ate all my pie and I was so pissed. Mm-hmm.
I plead the 5th.
Plead the 5th. I ordered a coconut pie. I was going to share it with Gigi. And by the time I looked back, Martin had eaten at least
4 bites.
3/4 of it. You were taking huge bites. And there were 3 of us sharing a slice of pie.
What I will say is we went bite for bite, but my bites are bigger than yours. So
you
had your chance to take to match my bites.
This is also how it went. I'm like, can we get dessert? And you're like, oh, I'm so full. I don't think I'm going to. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I was like, okay, well, we're getting pie. And you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to be good. Pie comes out. I'm like, this is so good. You have one taste. And then you were hooked.
I'm hooked. Mr. Krabs, I'm hooked. Yeah. But then also at dinner, Gigi made another friend.
Oh, that little boy was so
as we were
cute.
wrapping up, a family behind us had a maybe one and a half year old, 1 year old. Yeah, they were just talking about how they were celebrating his first birthday
in Hawaii.
In what?
I asked the dad. I was like,
they weren't from there.
No, he's a pediatric doctor from San Diego.
Also from San Diego.
Yeah.
Dang, should have got his information.
Yeah.
We'll have to find him.
We'll have to stalk people.
All right, PI, get to it. But yeah, she had a great night. Again, Gigi I'm just so thankful for how well she was behaving.
Yeah, me
that entire
too.
trip.
I think too, just her being around. She had so much attention on her too.
And stimulation.
Yeah. That wasn't it wasn't technology. It was like we were out and about. We were walking every day.
She's such a social person.
She is, which is so weird because we're not.
I'm not sure if it was day 1 or day 2, but that's when she had her actual meltdown was after doing the high fives. Mm-hmm. she wanted to obviously stay on the court with the girls and mom. Couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then as a ball would come towards us, she wanted to be the one to give it back to the girls, but she just takes so long. So sometimes I'll just like hit it back.
She also didn't understand that it's like dangerous for her.
Yeah. So she had about 5 to 10 minutes of just a meltdown. And normally that would drive me crazy, but we're in such a loud environment. I'm like, nobody can hear her.
No.
I don't mind just ignoring it and letting it be. It's when it's disturbing the environment that I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
So I just, honestly, my way of distracting her was just flipping her upside down and then bringing her back and counting to 10 to see how long it would take her to stop crying. And she somehow thought it was a game. So we
Everything's
did that.
a game.
Yeah.
Can
just
we
distract your kid. Go ahead.
pause real quick because I have to take the broccoli out.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. 2 seconds.
So
Okay.
Rylee went to go take care of our dinner really quick.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm out of breath.
Oh, no
Oh,
comment.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, that was night 3.
Yes.
Then
Did we do anything after dinner? Or did we went to bed?
I think we just went to bed because
Yeah.
it was already
It was late.
8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we did end up walking back too.
Yeah. And then
Day 4.
day 4, day 2 of tournament.
Yeah, day 4 was a rough
Girls played like boo-boo.
boo-boo. Boo-boo.
Hey, same term.
Uh-huh. Well,
But yeah, it was...
well, let's break it down. Again,
Okay.
still playing like it's island time for them. We actually played 2 solid teams. One team was short but disciplined. The other team was big, not disciplined but athletic. And ironically, I am recruiting one of the girls. I just realized when we came back home, one of the girls on that team wants to come play at Maricosta. So,
Nice. Which team? The big team?
The big team.
The middle?
No, she's one of the outside hitters.
The one that could bounce?
Yeah.
Number 50?
No, not number 50
The
can't.
oppo?
No, number 12.
12.
Yeah, 12 was smart.
Yeah.
50 can hit a good back row ball, but if we're getting into volleyball.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a rough day. We played we played terribly. Like we had moments where we're like, okay, we're back to normal, and then we just couldn't figure it out. So yeah, it was rough. And then one of the coaches was getting really snippy with me, and I was getting frustrated with it too. And I really wanted to snap back. I almost did. I could feel the blood rushing through my body and my legs. Whenever I get like anxious or if I get really mad at a tournament, my knees start to feel weak and then my legs start shaking and I just have like this adrenaline pumping, like I'm going to go crazy. And that started happening. And I'm like, remember you're pregnant. Remember you're pregnant. Remember you're huge and pregnant. and you can't do anything. And this is just volleyball. So yeah, how to move on from that. But I was really emotional that day too. Like I even came back to the room.
Yes, you were.
And
I was like, what did I do?
Nothing.
So here's, okay.
You give me your
Yep, here
end
we
of
go.
it.
One, the girls, here's my lesson to you girls. You start out so slow. I don't understand why. It's like the SD Beach curse. Every team just like doesn't come out with intensity.
Yeah.
And that's that. So I don't know if that's coached. I don't know if what, but like they just don't have any swag. If people still use that term. Anyways.
Yeah.
So,
people born in 1995, 1993.
Anyways. On day 4 of our trip, day 2 of play, we noticed that our laundry was getting pretty piled up and our hotel had a laundry service. So I was like, all right, before we go to the tournament, I'm going to wash our stuff. Mm-hmm. So I get there. The card reader is not working. Like, oh, okay. Go to the go to the front desk to get some coins, put the coins in the soap thing, put it in, nothing comes out. I'm like, okay, that's $1.25 gone. To the next one. Oh, nope, that one doesn't have any either. I was like, well, there's 3 of them, so maybe the third one has some. No. So whatever that math is, wasted coins.
Almost $5.
Yeah, $3.75. Anyways, do 2 loads of wash. Takes an hour or it takes 30 minutes. Come back. The dryer's not working on floor 6. So washer and dryer were on floor 6 and floor 13.
We're on floor 7.
Yeah, we're on floor 7. So I go over there. I ask Rylee because the dryers were filled. So I realize I'm going to have to come back in an hour because all 4 of them showed us 55 minutes remaining. So I was like, okay, I'll come back in an hour. That's when I realized how snippy you were because you just finished a match. And I know I've been in the volleyball thing for a while with you now. I understand what seating is and when your breaks are and whatnot. So I know your schedule.
Yeah.
It's like, because the day before, during your break, not reffing, during your break, we went back to the hotel. So I was like, hey, what's the plan? You're like, well, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
I knew.
really
I was
short.
like, fine, whatever, I'm going to go. I thought you felt as if I was short because I just said, like, well, I'm going to go back to the room and take care of what I got to take care of. So I thought you were upset because of how, like, quick I was.
No, not at all.
So the whole time I'm like, dang it. She's mad because I knew you didn't hear me or didn't understand me.
No, I didn't. I think.
Yeah. Which I am just now learning 11 years into a relationship is that you might hear well, but you don't understand well. I think that's the...
No, I don't.
Yeah. So especially being pregnant. So
that's out the door.
I went back, took care of the laundry. With 1 minute remaining, somebody was in line. I was like, dang it, they're going to take the final dryer spot. It was the people that were taking it out of the dryer. So lo and behold, got there just in time to... People are like, why are you talking about laundry? Anyways.
Timing.
To go with the frustrated Rylee and me trying to be a good, responsible husband
Very
on a trip
patient.
and make sure. Yep.
Surprisingly.
Yep. Anyways.
Hawaii really changed you.
Yeah. No, vacation. Anyways, that's day 4. So then after tournament, we went to the mall again. We went to the mall every day and walked around for every day.
Yeah, that walk was miserable.
Yeah.
I was I don't know, my feet were hurting.
Yeah, it was an adventure for sure. And we were hungry. So we went to, when Kaylin took us to Lily Bakery, we got the dessert side of things. And then with Todd and his wife and his son, which she was also pregnant and due in like 4 weeks. Yeah. So I was just thankful that they drove the hour or whatever it takes to get from Waianae to Honolulu. Anyways, it was great to see them and eat the food that was so hyped about the bakery, the butter buns, which is just like Hawaiian rolls that they buttered up and have their like little, they call it a jam, but it's more like a syrup.
Yes.
Like a strawberry syrup. It's basically diabetes, but...
I'm like, I've seen this before. This is what you put on your sundae.
Yep. And then chicken. It was good.
Yeah.
The burger there was good.
The burger there was so good.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting.
And how could we forget? Gigi was asleep the entire time. The entire dinner.
Time.
And usually she's like awake. So I thought she was going to interact. Well, I admit I did not know Todd had a 2-year-old or recently 3-year-old.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since you've talked to him too.
Yeah. But anyways, I thought G was going to have a great... Once I saw that he had a kid, I was like, okay, she's going to wake up when she hears him, and no.
No, we were cracking up too because her head kept falling in the stroller, and I had my fanny pack, so I like ring it around her forehead, and it's just kind of like sitting there. Mm-hmm. She wakes up a little bit. Yeah. She wakes up a little bit, realizes that she's still tired and then puts it over her eyes and falls back asleep
Like
for
an
like
eye mask.
Yeah, for like an extra hour. And that girl did not budge,
No.
which is like shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I think she got the best sleep of her life while we were out there. And Todd's kid is a riot. Like he's funny.
Yeah.
And he is
was
also
a
just
good
like
riot,
Gigi.
Not a nuisance,
No.
but he was just.
He's such a cute little boy
Mm-hmm.
too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I could squeeze you right now, my gosh.
And you could tell that he's probably like 9 months younger than Gigi.
Yeah.
But you could tell he was at that like just figuring out the speech part of it.
Yes.
Like that early 3-year-old where they start to put together sentences and have their own personality develop.
Yeah.
So
Figuring out their emotions too on top of that.
Yeah.
Being a
And
little
just how
spicy.
kids start to react to another baby being on the way.
Yes.
So his wife was sharing how she started to realize that he was getting more attached and
yeah.
But it was great seeing Kaylin and Todd because it's like, the boys.
The boys.
Yep. The home away from home because all of us were they're coming from Hawaii to Iowa, so that's a huge culture shock.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I thought California to Iowa was different, but at least I had Myron, one of my best friends from high school, and Demlo, another teammate from high school there, so I knew people.
Yeah.
Actually, Todd went there with Jeff. You never met Jeff, but he was 2 years older than Todd, 1 year older than me, but they went to the same high school. And then Thule was also from Hawaii, but he went to Waianae, which is where Todd lives now. But anyways.
So he was from Honolulu
Who?
area.
Todd?
No.
Kaylin?
No.
Thule? No, they're Thule and Kaylin from Waianae. Todd, I don't know, but he went to Punahou High School, which is in Honolulu. So
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a huge island.
No.
So it all feels
Yeah,
like it's...
everything is within 25, 30 miles of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. And it was really cool to pick their brains, too.
Yeah, because... Go ahead.
Their lifestyle.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have the floor You have 1 minute to talk about why you want to move to Hawaii after being there for 4 days.
I want to move to Hawaii, point blank, period. We're going to move to Hawaii, point blank, period. I give us about a 5-year plan.
Yep.
And the goal, I think, is to buy land there, become farmers, live off the land, work our businesses, and create a really nice family culture dynamic there. It's just slower. People are a lot sweeter there. I don't know. I feel like you can just you could just be there and be there, present all the time, which is what we really want in our family, especially for our kids.
Yeah, that's a good transition into the next topic. So we'll start with the verse.
Okay.
And then we'll go into... So that was our vacation recap. I'm sure there'll be more talk about Hawaii after this. But
Yeah. I'm going every year.
yeah, reason that we both enjoyed the culture there is very restful. Mm-hmm. And California is such a busy, get after it type state.
Yeah.
And yes, you can make your life exactly how you want it to be. So if you want to live a slow pace, less stressful life, you can. Mm-hmm. It's just the whole not keeping up with the Joneses. I wouldn't say we're at that level, but it's just such a competitive environment in California.
Yeah, especially when you start getting in the work field, everything is very tough and competitive.
Speaking of a restful pace, I want to touch a little bit about restful increase versus stressful increase. So I would say in California, you might be, feeling like you're growing, but it's a stressful level. The tendency is to be a stressful level of receiving growth or increase. Whereas restful increase is exactly what it sounds like, growing and developing yourself with a restful or peaceful heart. So Matthew 11:28 through 29, this is Jesus saying, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That's 18. 19, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." So I've plenty of people understand the come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. But the second half of that, with the take my yoke upon you, most people would view yoke meaning just like share the load, share the burden. Most people view that as an extra thing.
Mm-hmm.
But his yoke is light, his burden is light, meaning that like restful increase, you can find growth through peace. So do you want to expand a little bit on resting? Or how you find rest in a fast-paced life?
It's not easy. It does take loads of work to
Intentionality.
to find that rest. And it's not even sometimes just having something to not do. It's not like taking a Saturday off. It's actually like, where's your mind at? Where's your heart at a lot of the time? And is everything racing in your head, or are you actually like slowing down, and are you actually thinking about the things that you're grateful for? Or did you even think about anything outside of your bubble today? Like, how was so-and-so affected by X, Y, and Z, and how can you be supportive in that? Like, did you feel the need to give to that? Or did you feel the need to give to the self-obsessing thoughts of like what you have to do every single day, and how you're not serving, or like all the things that you feel like you're not doing?
Arrows in.
Yeah. Or do you feel like you can exert yourself and fill a need for somebody else, and it feels really like, I don't know, lighthearted, and it doesn't feel heavy. It just feels very natural, vulnerable. Yeah, that's how I take it. Are you waiting for me to say more?
No, I was just trying to put my thoughts together of like, do we touch into how we felt Hawaii?
Yeah,
culture?
Did we feel that in Hawaii?
So there's,
even though we were on vacation?
It's like, is it the vacation aspect of it, or is it the culture aspect of it?
Technically.
Yeah. And me covering Gigi while you work is work.
Yeah.
So
how did we, like, we do that here. Like, we go to a tournament here. I don't feel that.
Well, again, you're back to work on Monday, right? Mm-hmm. So being out there, it's, yes, we had to fly back and whatever, but it still was a vacation because we didn't have the dogs to take care of. We didn't have, our normal
just the dogs.
Family other family. Like, I guess I still had work obligations and making sure that my clients were covered. Shout out to DJ. Thank you for taking care of my clients. They all loved you.
We still worked on this trip. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like it. I don't know. It just didn't feel like work. Because even before we left, I felt like work was like piling up, and I was getting more and more anxious, and I was waking up super early to try to get things done, but like wasn't actually getting anything done because I was so overwhelmed by the amount of work I needed to get done. Today, I got all that work done in a matter of a day with Gigi, which is usually like my complaint of I can't get anything done with her.
So you admit it's a complaint. It's not a, sorry, I'm just.
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about, restful increase. Because I was not, I get so overwhelmed that I can't think, especially right now since I'm pregnant.
I would say that's your tendency even without being pregnant.
Yeah, but it's like 10 times worse right now because I don't have a brain right now. So I don't have a brain on top of being overwhelmed. And then my whatever little brain I have, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's rough.
So I would say being in Hawaii felt like our church days.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't, apart from Todd and Kaylin, we didn't know anybody there. Like, yeah, sure, we knew our teammates and the team that we were there with, but like it just felt like a peaceful.
Yeah, we were just as busy.
Yeah, culture aspect of things. So go ahead, expand on why you want to move, or I'll give you the floor as to
Look, I've always,
what the island provides you with.
I've always known, or
I
at
think
least
one of the
talked
questions
about. Yeah, we
that
are.
the kids asked us was, if you were to move out of California, where would you move to? And
Hawaii.
we said Hawaii. So
We definitely said. I always felt like we were going to retire in Hawaii.
I don't want to retire.
I know you don't want to retire. You're like my dad.
Yeah.
My dad's not going to retire ever. But
No, I
when
just don't
retirement comes.
I don't have a completely different view on retirement.
Well, I was just thinking economically. When you go through retirement, obviously you have like your 401k, whatever. But then you can work on top of that. But ironically, my dad's going to retire in 2 years. And my dad grew up in Honolulu. And my mom currently is not going to be working and potentially finding a different job that makes her happier. So what better place to do that than Honolulu? Or at least just the island. I'm just dreaming big over here.
Yeah, go ahead. Dream.
Oh, I will, because dreams can come true. Walt Disney. It's just our people. That culture that is there. I've grown up around it. So, and you've been in it since we've been together. So it's just entirely different when everyone is on that same speed. And we're not just like fighting an uphill battle here in California because it's so fast. That's all I got.
Okay.
So we're going to move one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I see a little twinkle in your eye. I know you're excited about it.
Yeah. Just the reality sets in of like, the cost of living is the same.
Yes.
To have to relocate a business and start from ground zero is
hard.
But
we can do it.
You're so ignorant. I love it, but yeah.
If you don't dream, then you don't have aspirations or goals. So whether or not it happens, at least it's making
the only way it would happen is if we went Big Island and got a house for cheaper than cheap.
Yeah.
And Big Island means you live on the land.
Perfect.
We'd have to develop a remote clientele. We'd have to have at least 5K in not passive, but like not dependent on Hawaii income. Mm-hmm. Income that's still tied to California.
I think it's tougher trying to figure out your business, because what I'm going into, it'll be relatively doable because I'll just be a therapist. Mm-hmm. It takes work calls.
It's a network.
Yeah.
Network development is the hardest part of business.
Yeah. Well, your network development's a lot of stuff like in person. Mine doesn't. I can build a network out of school and then take it with me.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
You're going to do speech pathology work, not face-to-face with your clients?
You do it face-to-face. You just do it online. That's what every speech pathologist who is a contractor who does it on their own is doing that.
Okay.
Well, you haven't done the research, sir.
Okay.
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 I'm a medical therapist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we'll have this conversation again in 2 years, and I'll say I told you so. But yeah.
You know you love my brain, okay?
Or the emptiness.
Okay, you love my enthusiasm and my free spirit sometimes in certain things.
No.
I know it's irritating for you, but
very.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
All right.
Ain't nobody getting me down.
Yep.
Okay, question.
What?
That's what my brain sounds like.
Questions from our athletes to finish the day. Which there's only 2 questions left that are unanswered, so I gotta bring the notebooks back to the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only 1 question.
I might have a question for us then.
Okay. Well, the only question that is on here that is not an extension of other questions that we've already... Okay. Technically, there's 2. First one's a very fast answer. Are you the owner of the gym? No.
No.
No, I just have a contract with Mark that I, operate the weight room side of things. And yes, I have my own LLC in business, but I do not own that building.
No, you rent the facility.
Yep. The other question on here is how to handle anxiety.
Okay. Restful increase.
Yeah, that's, again, the reason that... Actually, I'll completely side tangent. This is just how God works so wonderfully and beautifully. Then I'll get into the answer for this question.
Okay.
Back on December, 21st or 22nd, a Saturday night, right before game night, a man is outside with a flat tire. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll just, help him inflate it. Be like 10 minutes late to game night. It's whatever. Mm-hmm. The man doesn't speak any English. He speaks Chinese. He's been in the States for 2.5 years now, and his children are grown. Anyways, it was such a great story, and he's a cool individual. Again, this is me using Google Translate back and forth with him.
At like 10 o'clock at night.
It started off at 6:30.
Yeah.
What we thought was a flat tire, was a simple flat tire, was actually because he drove in the wrong way and it had those spikes through the gate, which obviously completely ruptures and rips your tires. Yeah. So I'm helping him. I get no AAA's open, nothing's open this late on a Saturday night. So we finally get in contact with the company. They're all the way down in San Diego. So it's a 40-minute wait for the person to bring him the tire because he was going to use his spare. 2 tires are flat. I know this is off tangent, but it all ties together, okay? 2 tires are flat. He has his own spare. He just needs 1 used tire. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculously expensive. I felt bad for him. But we realized that he's going to be there for at least an hour to wait. We bring him some food, some coffee, have some great conversation. He says, "God bless you," or he types it in, and I say, "Yeah, Jesus loves you," to which he's like, "Oh, you're a Christian." I was like, "Oh, what?" I don't know Chinese religion or like what the I obviously don't want to offend him, but I am who I am. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, he goes through his messages on his phone and he pulls up this, he types in, I'm an elder at the Chinese church. I'm like, oh gosh, what does that mean? Like, did I offend him by saying Jesus loves you? I don't really care if I offend people by saying that, but like, I'd want to be respectful.
Right.
Then he scrolls through a video and it's a YouTube video of a worship song in Chinese saying like, Jesus loves you, I love you, God. And he starts like singing out loud in Chinese, worshiping God. That's so it's really just cool. Such a beautiful moment of like, I don't mind missing game night at all because this is what being an authentic. I don't want to try and lift myself up, but like this is what God is about. Is the moments like this, the church beyond your immediate church, helping one another. So take care of that. Back in December, he was a delivery person. He himself lives all the way out in Poway. He was delivering stuff here. And then today, the reason I say God works so miraculously and his timing is great. One of my clients canceled because of pickleball. I love you, Claudia, but pickleball's a priority. So I'm home 45 minutes earlier than normal. And 10 minutes into me being home, there's a knock at the door. And guess who it is? He had another flat tire. It wasn't because of the spikes this time. It was just maybe a nail or something. But I got the opportunity to help him out again.
Yeah, that's really
and it
cool.
was just like, how great is it that, because if he would have knocked on the door and I wasn't home and it was just you, then
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, so.
I would have tried to help. Probably wouldn't have been helpful, honestly.
Yeah, how that relates to the question of how to handle anxiety is understand the times that God has already been there for you in your life. Mm-hmm. And whether you're a believer or not, step one is going to be to a real way of handling anxiety that will provide restful increase and not stressful increase is God. Like point blank period. Just spending time with your Father, whether that be being vulnerable and sharing what you're, obviously he knows already, but opening up your heart's posture to sharing what's going on and seeking God's face, not his hand.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are like, help me with this, God, help me with that, God, versus I just want you and want to know you more. Because that's what's going to provide peace during the anxiety is, I'm going to butcher the verse, but I feel like it's 1 Peter 5:7 that says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. But that is how you handle anxieties. You realize it's not your burden to bear. On the like more practical side of things is your breath. Mm-hmm. Control your breath, breathe through your nose, and try your best to notice your surroundings and be present. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's probably not going to matter. Now, yes, there are traumatic and anxiety-filled things that people experience that are, bigger than just being like, oh, I'll sleep this off or whatever. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, there's a plan that's already written. So
yeah.
That's how to deal with anxiety.
You don't need a quick fix. You just need to be present.
Yeah.
You need to feel your body. Like, put your hand on your chest. Not like that. I don't know. Put your hand on your chest. Take a deep breath.
Breathe through your belly.
I do both. Because I can feel my chest getting tight if I have anxiety.
Okay, I thought you meant breathe. Like, feel your chest expand when you breathe.
Oh, no. No, like the pressure, adding pressure on your chest. You actually showed me this when I had my first panic attack. When you add some like weight on your chest, it actually like forces you to not breathe through that and actually breathes. You start breathing through your diaphragm. But that was really helpful. And then I do tapping. Have you ever done tapping?
Tap dance?
No, not tap dance. I do this, or I tap my forehead, or I tap my nose. And just so I'm like, okay, I'm in here, relax. I'm in my body. Just take a chill pill.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. I did.
I noticed now that you say it, I'm like, I have seen you go.
Yeah. If you see me doing this, yeah. Especially if
you see me doing this, just give me a hug.
I just need to feel like I'm in my body. No. Pregnancy, your hormones fluctuate. So anxiety is just, I don't even know what I'm anxious about. You can feel it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll wake up at 3 a.m. like,
I do. I wake up in a panic. It's insane.
Although it's been a while.
No,
Maybe
I woke
2
up.
weeks.
I woke up in Hawaii with one.
Oh.
But
I didn't.
I slept great, and then randomly day 3 or night 3. And then last night too, because I couldn't, the way I was laying down, I just couldn't breathe. So I woke up suffocating.
Do you have a question to finish us off, or?
Yeah. So on the topic of just restful increase, being on our trip, what are 3 things you are grateful for today?
Today specifically.
Or just 3 things that you, things, reflecting wise, that you're actually really grateful for.
Well, fresh on my mind is just one, that whole experience with the Chinese man. I wish I would have remembered or got his name written down so I can remember.
You have his phone number.
Yeah. Hey, what's your name? But just that experience it just had God written all over it. The fact that he happened to show up 10 minutes into me being home.
Yeah.
So.
And a second time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The fact that I was, anyways. That's what I'm talking about. About hearing but not understanding.
I was just adding and commenting.
Yes. Thing number 2 is just how I don't feel as if we are bad parents. There's always that
we're
like
trending up.
Yeah, we're trending up of like just how well Gigi behaved on the trip and just how polite she is to other people, and she's just really coming around. So it's good to see that, yeah, whether it's because of what we're doing or not, whatever.
It was the behavior chart.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then 3, something you're thankful for? Grateful for?
Grateful for.
The bros.
The bros.
From the Hawaii bros to even literally landing, getting home at like 5:30, checking in with the team because I just want to make sure that the 13-year-olds are going to be a lot for DJ. So I just want to make sure that he, whatever. And I wanted to pay him his money before I forgot. But so checking in there really quick and then going straight to hang out with Jeff and the other men of Even Life. So I'll say just to have quality men in my life, because not many people have a solid group of men that they can depend on. They might have friends that they can have fun with, but friends that I can depend on is different. I'm just thankful for that. So yeah.
You got brothers for once.
Mm-hmm. All right, your 3 things.
My 3 things. Every time I go on a trip.
And your big old rocket ship.
Well, I feel like this trip specifically, especially given that my team is officially 18 years old, because I've had them since they were babies. I'm just really, really grateful for the parents and the kids on this current team. Just all around fantastic people. Like the girls, the fact that they were like how they bond with Gigi, I couldn't have asked for anything better, because they don't even have to acknowledge our kid, honestly, but they're just like big sister star, which is so sweet. And how like the parents, we trust the parents so much that they're like, they'll just take Gigi.
Nikki just took G outside.
Yeah. Like who says like, I can solely rely on the family. Like you have like your chosen, like I would consider them to be a family.
Part of the chosen family. Yeah.
Yeah. I consider them to be family, even though it's like a work related relationship. I know we're going to stay in contact at the end of the season. So I'm going to be checking in with all the girls. I'm probably going to be texting the parents, getting dinner with them. And we're like a pretty tight knit group. So I'm really thankful for them and thankful that they stuck around for nearly 4 years with me, which in the club world, that's like unheard of. So yeah, I love my kids. I love my family. And, was really grateful to get to meet your island bros, honestly, and connect with them and even get a sense of like, I don't know, their families and their dynamics. And finally getting to meet Gladys, I think was so fun. And I'm just grateful for being able to like relax and being at the beach, honestly, too. That was really nice. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the last time we've been to the beach like that. Just to like do absolutely nothing and be unbothered. And Gigi loved the water. It was just...
Yeah, it was nice to not have shore break because she's a little bit afraid of waves. So
yeah, we just had like the freedom to like let her actually do her thing with no concern of injury or anything, or I wasn't worried that someone was going to try to kidnap her if we turned her back for 2 seconds. It was just really peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, grateful.
Good.
Dinner time.
That's all, folks. All right, we're going to go eat.
Yes.
So you go eat something too.
Yeah.
That's the end of number 9.
We'll talk about nutrition, episode number 3. Look at it if you want to learn how to eat.
Yeah.
I don't really know what episode it is.
It might, maybe. But next one will be number 10. And then
10?
maybe after 10, we'll start opening up the opportunity to have guests on.
Oh, yeah. We got some talkers for sure that want to be on here.
Yeah. Approved guests, not just people that want to be on here. But, yeah. That's all. Goodbye.
Good night.